Hello everyone, this is Robert from Book of Mormon Editions, where we discuss printings, publications, and various editions of the Book of Mormon. So on this channel, we've got the ability to talk about all things Book of Mormon, and there is a little bit of chatter regarding the movie that's currently released called Heretic, which includes conversations and scenes regarding the Book of Mormon, sister missionaries, and other gospel-related topics. So I'd like to spend a moment going through some scenes specifically focused on the use of the physical Book of Mormon within the movie. This might be a longer review, but I have a question for viewers at the end, so please watch to the end, and here we go. This is a movie starring Hugh Grant and is basically a suspense horror movie about a man who invites two LDS sister missionaries into his home to discuss religion. It becomes a cat and mouse situation when he becomes the villain that challenges the faith and resolve of these two young ladies. I won't go into lengthy details about the movie, and I don't have any judgment on those who have seen it or who have skipped watching it altogether. I do, however, want to take some time to discuss the Book of Mormon scenes within the movie and give some background details specifically regarding how the book is portrayed within the scenes. It's interesting that this movie obviously is a non-Salt Lake produced movie and plays on the deepest fears of missionary safety and how, especially sister missionaries, have to balance between being nice and being a bit vulnerable for things that might go wrong. And hence there's a scene where the sisters are talking to Mr. Reed, and he expresses a little knowledge of the church and pulls out his copy of the Book of Mormon. The sisters are excited to finally talk to somebody who at least shows some interest. So we'll pause here and review his copy of the Book of Mormon. This volume is called the Heirloom Book of Mormon. It was produced in 2001 and came in a dark cover and in an alternative brown leather cover as shown here in this movie. The use of the Heirloom Book of Mormon volume in the movie is interesting for a few reasons. The prop specialist probably chose this volume as it's one of the most ornate and decorative volumes and reflects well in various lighting and just looks really nice. It also represents a book that's more complex than just the traditional missionary volume that the sisters might be familiar with. On a side note, the Heirloom Book of Mormon is one of the largest tabletop volumes available and is about 4 or 5 times bigger and heavier than a traditional missionary edition, and it's just massive for a tabletop copy. The book has several annotations and a series of pictures from the artist Minerva Teckert within. It's huge, and this brown leather volume would be an eye-opener as the missionaries look and wonder regarding his volume. There was an interview with the cast and crew, and they did mention that they wanted to get a larger volume to thump down on the table to create some heaviness to the scene, and I think this volume was suitable and did pretty well. I'll leave a link to the full interview video in the notes below, so there you have the Heirloom volume of the Book of Mormon. And it seems that Deseret Book has a softcover volume still available for purchase, and the hardcover ornate brown leather volumes as seen in the movie can be found on eBay and other websites. It's pretty rare and significantly more costly than just a traditional Book of Mormon. Alternatively, the film could have shown something like an early copy 1830 Book of Mormon volume, and while they could have had some dialogue regarding price and rarity, these early copies had a pretty plain cover and probably don't look as ornate and detailed as something like this Heirloom Book of Mormon. So this Heirloom Book of Mormon has the aesthetics for being on film, especially belonging to someone who has some intrigue. So we'll move on to the other Book of Mormon scene, where Hugh Grant's character is starting to show his true colors and has a dialogue regarding various sacred texts like the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran. He compares these volumes to Monopoly games that have been updated over the years. The message is that it's the same gameplay, but the branding is just a little different. This correlation is developed when he asks one of the sister missionaries for a Book of Mormon, and we'll stop here as we now see another Book of Mormon on screen. This is a traditional softcover missionary edition of the Book of Mormon, produced en masse by the Salt Lake Church. However, looking at the cover reveals some interesting points. The cover shown here has the Book of Mormon title on a blue, dark blue cover with a subtitle of Another Testament of Jesus Christ. This subtitle has been on the dark blue cover book since 1981, but was slightly changed in 2013, where the word of was moved up to the first line, leaving the words Jesus Christ isolated on the bottom. So in essence, the book in the movie was a book printed previous to 2013. You can probably say that this was a book from the sister missionary's youth, but either way, it's noticeably specific and it dates the book to before 2013. So there you have the two scenes of the movie Heretic, where it revolves around the Book of Mormon. However, there's a carrot to dangle here and ask for some feedback from the viewers. In the beginning, where the opening credits are posted, the title comes on the screen. It seems that there are symbols underneath, and it seemed that it was the Deseret alphabet symbols, or it was Greek or some other language. But it was hard to tell because it went by so fast. You'll remember that the Deseret alphabet was a list of symbols, and that was an attempt for a new writing system for the early saints in Utah in the 1860s. It could be really cool if the symbols were Deseret alphabet in the movie, but it went off screen so quickly that it was hard to tell after the fact. So comment down below if you saw the title and the symbol characters, and if it was Deseret alphabet. And if any of you have a screenshot, I'd love to get a picture of it to me sent to me my email. All in all, I hope this was useful regarding various editions of the Book of Mormon within the movie Heretic. As for analysis of the whole movie, ScripturePlus did a pretty good review of the correct things the movie got right regarding LDS missionaries and what was missed. Also, I'll post a link to the Fandango cast and crew interview, and another one was a symbolism review from Thomas Thorogood that I thought was pretty interesting. One thing that stuck out was that this movie wasn't specifically about Mormon bashing, and that a horror movie makes you uncomfortable because it's like fingernails on a chalkboard, which might include getting Mormon missionary iconography not fully right. However, the movie has a theme of religion in general, and that sister missionaries made for a good catalyst because they're viewed in such an image of general purity and dedication. The villain had problems with all religion in the end, but interesting that there was a spin regarding a sacrifice to save someone else, which included a piece of wood with nails. I thought it was an interesting takeaway. So thanks everyone for this review. I know it's a little off normal than the previous reviews that we've done on this channel, but I'm glad that we can showcase the Book of Mormon and how it impacts even Hollywood. Please see my other reviews regarding going deeper into the details of the Heirloom Book of Mormon and differences between the 2013 Salt Lake Book of Mormon and previous editions, and even my video reviews regarding the Deseret Alphabet and the Book of Mormon. And as always, if you have a special or unique edition of the Book of Mormon that you'd like reviewed here, please contact me at bomeditions@gmail.com. Be safe out there, everyone.